Hey, what kind of superpower do you want to have? I want to fly so high I can see everything from above like Superman. I want super strength so I can beat people up. I want immortality.
2,000 years later.
Wow, this power sucks.
An eternity. What would you describe as an eternity? Billions upon billions of years, to the point where you can't even count it? The mentally agonizing wait of the clock chime to let you out of school or work? The infinite wait to eventually get a remake of Soul Eater? It's not happening, you idiots! Regardless, the feeling of eternity can mean different things for different people and for different situations. But, at the end of it all, it just really means a damn long time. But how would it feel then to live out this eternity? In Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, we follow the story of a party of adventurers in a fantasy land. We have the main protagonist, Himmel the hero. We have the healer priest, Heiter. We have the warrior, Eisen. We have the elf mage, Frieren. And in this manga, we follow their journey to watch as they vanquish the evil demons of the land and kill the demon king. Insane battles take place, treacherous paths are taken, and we actually see none of that. The story actually takes place beyond Journey's End. That's the name of the manga! The first chapter starts us off after the long 10-year adventure has come to its close. This hero party was able to succeed in their journey and save the world from the Demon King. A large festival is thrown for the heroes in celebration as the group reminisce over their journey. 10 years is nothing to scoff at. Except for our elf mage Frieren, she absolutely scoffs at it. For her, 10 years is merely a blip in her grand total lifetime, something relatively inconsequential. But rather than staying on this topic of how little 10 years means for Frieren for too long, the group make their way away from the hustle and bustle of the festival to catch the Era Meteors, a beautiful meteor shower that happens only once every 50 years. A perfect end to their journey, and a beautiful beginning for the era of peace to arrive. But despite the fact that this is a fantasy world, they still have to deal with light pollution. The moon is ruined. But Frieren nonchalantly mentions a better place to view the meteor shower and suggests that they all get together again 50 years from now to see it again. And, after a long 50 years, Frieren returns back to meet up with her friends, who have now all grown old and disheveled. After catching up, they make their way to the place that Frieren mentioned 50 long years ago, and watch the meteor shower together. Shortly after that, Himmel the hero passes away, and while Frieren seems to at first remain cold, distant, and stoic at the funeral, eventually all the emotions kept inside her rush towards the top at once as she starts to break down, losing a dear friend who she felt she had barely even known. Despite only knowing Himmel the hero for 10 years, an amount of time that would feel completely minuscule to an elf, Frieren can't help but cry. Those 10 years impacting her in more ways than she thought it would, regretting that she could have done more to learn about Himmel, grown closer to him. In some ways, it almost reminds me of how people view pets, like cats and dogs. They live their full entire lives with us, experiencing every brand new day, only to leave us after a short 10 to 15 years. And while 10 to 15 years can be a lot for us, it's still nowhere close to how long we as humans actually live for. And yet, even though they live for only a fraction of our lifetime, we can't help but cry for them, and when they're gone, we cherish their memory forever. Oh yeah, by the way, did I mention all this takes place in the first chapter of the manga? You don't even get 30 pages in before you get mollywopped with a barrage of the feels. This is essentially the first 15 minutes of Up in manga form. And at this point in my life, Frieren is one of 2 manga to ever get me a little teary-eyed while reading it. The other being Berserk, because Griffith. Anyhow though, as for the rest of the manga from here on out, we get to see Frieren's journey as she starts to grow closer to those who appear in her life, cherishing the moments she has with them, all the while getting to hear stories from different townfolk all over the country, and learn more about the man she felt she truly never got to know. Now, I'm not going to go much further into the manga than this, as I encourage you to check it out for yourself, but I think a big part of the reason why this manga seemed to touch me and so many others is just how relatable this feeling has been getting lately. As a kid, you'd never understand what an adult meant when they've seen you after so many years and say, "Oh, how much you've grown." You didn't understand quite what they meant when they said to cherish these years and not to grow up too fast. But from what I can glean from my YouTube analytics, most of you who watch my videos are young adults like me, only finally understanding that the flow of time just gets faster and faster. Summers used to feel like an endless eternity of fun and goofing off. Now they start to feel like barely a few weeks before the next season rolls around. You think you have more time than you truly have. High school is over in a flash, college even faster than that, and soon enough you start to drift apart from friends and family that you thought would be a part of your lives forever. Time can pass us by very quickly if we're not careful to try and cherish every day we're here with the people we love. And, okay, oh man, this is getting depressing really fast. Have I made you feel the horrible crushing weight of existential dread yet? And while many fantasy manga of the same genre as Frieren tend to focus much more on the cool action and grand battles, Frieren takes a big step away from all that. Life isn't all about the action and all the crazy crap that you get into with your friends. The quiet and tranquil moments of life, they're just as important. But okay, so this manga is honestly one of my favorites to come out as of recent, but there's a reason I'm talking about it now of all times, because, well, an anime adaptation comes out for it literally tomorrow. And in all honesty, has the potential of being anime of the year. The adaptation is being created by Studio Madhouse, the same studio behind anime such as Death Note, Death Parade, High School of the Dead. Okay, wow, that's a lot of death. Regardless, Madhouse are an absolute master of their craft, and from the anime trailers of Frieren so far, this seems like it'll step up their game to an even higher level. And I have no idea if this is just going to start becoming the norm, as I've seen this happen a few times now, but the first episode of Frieren that drops tomorrow is going to clock in at an insane 2 hours. A whole movie premiere for the first episode of a beautiful journey that we get to see Frieren partake in. Okay, and not to sound elitist, but there have been many times where I badgered on about how, oh, the manga's actually better than the anime. But in all honesty, from the beautiful animation to the serene soundtrack to a story that will have you reaching for your box of tissues as you think deeper about your life, I truly think this adaptation has what it takes to overtake its source material. So, while Frieren may not be as flashy as the newest big shonen to come out or have the most intense drama of any anime this season, what it will leave you with is a beautiful story about friendship, about the time you spend with one another, and about the memories that you make and cherish with the people that you love. And it will be an absolute masterpiece of an anime that you absolutely don't want to miss. Man, this manga made me realize I need to hang out with the spiders I named Tim and Tom in my bathroom more often before they die. I love those guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Did you know about Frieren before, or have read the manga? If so, let me know what you thought of it in the comments below, and while you're at it, why not like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos about anime, manga, VTubers, and even some animations I've made. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you bodacious buccaneers soon.